Everybody, welcome to DuePoint on this Friday lunchtime. My name's Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here. I'm going to be spending the next 45 minutes with you. We're going to go through what this business is all about, what the opportunity is all about, and after the presentation, you're welcome to come speak to me, ask me any questions. All right. Lots of ladies here today. Welcome. And welcome to everyone on our live stream around the country. We've got a whole bunch of people tuned in. So let's begin. As you can see, DuePoint is a division of a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company in South Africa, so we've been around for nearly 70 years. We were founded in 1952. We don't share offices with Constantia, but they're just down the road from us here in Randburg. The FSP number that we use is that one over there, so that's our Financial Services Provider License number. That's our stamp of credibility. You'll notice in the foyer above the water cooler, we've got all these certificates up on the wall. Go take a look at those. Those are Financial Services Board licenses. So you can find those on our website. The managers and executives here at DuePoint are these individuals up on screen. So starting with the first three characters, Brendan, Tim, and Stacey, they are registered chartered accountants. So being a financial service provider company, we've got lots of accountants working here, unfortunately, because they're quite boring people if you go speak to them. That's the problem with accountants. I hope they're not listening. Starting with Mr. Benfield, he's our senior executive. He heads up this division. He's got a lot of experience in financial services, particularly in insurance, because his father's a professor of insurance. So his father was involved in insurance, I think, pretty much since Dr. Benfield got out of school. And he had a lot of success in the insurance space. He founded Clientele Life all those many years ago. He started the IFA, and then with his two sons, Brendan and Stuart, they went on to found a business down the road called Prime Meridian Direct, or PMD. And PMD is, I think, the fourth biggest short-term insurer in the country already in about 8 years. So they know what they're doing. We're very lucky to have Brendan heading up this division. Then Tim and Stacey, they look after the financial requirements of our business, the auditing, the accounting, making sure the money's coming in and the money's going out. Fairly important stuff. And then myself and Jane are the two non-accountants. So Jane is very experienced in network or referral marketing, and that's pretty important to our business because even though we're an insurance company, our growth is dependent on network marketing, right? That's the marketing model that we've employed here at DuePoint, and that's where you guys come in. And so that's very important for us. And then myself, I've been working in advertising for over 20 years. I need to calculate that, maybe more than 20-something years. I've been here a while already. I was saying the same thing 2 years ago. But I ran my own digital agency for about 15 years, fairly successfully, and we operated very much in the financial services industry. So I'm quite au fait with financial services, but I left that business and joined the team here. This is the senior team. We've got client service staff, we've got admin staff, but our mandate, so the focus of all the staff of DuePoint is to support people that join us in this business. So the people that decide to join DuePoint and decide they want to come collaborate with us, we are there to support you. That is our number one priority, because as a business we can only be successful if the people that are collaborating with us are being effective and are profitable and are happy and are successful. And so we do everything in our power to support you. So that's a bit of background on the business. Very quickly, this is a negative slide. You can see it's a negative slide because it's got that 4-letter word at the top there that everybody loves so much, right? So we look at the economy. People that come to a presentation like this, I would assume everybody here and everyone tuned in on the live stream around the country, you are tired, you have given up on depending on what the economy is offering us, what your salaries are offering us, what your industry, what your company, all these things that we depend on are failing us. There is certainly a place in the world for salary, and that is for paying bills, keeping up the cost of living, and that's it. My hope is that everyone watching this presentation now have got hopes beyond just settling for whatever station they've been placed with in life. If you want more, you're in the right place, because I believe that this business is the opportunity to give you as much as you want to take. Right? And so out of this all in negativity, we look at people that are in debt, and everyone's in debt in South Africa. People are in debt cycles. People can't escape debt cycles because your salary is not going up faster than the cost of living. I mean, on the way home yesterday, they said petrol's going up 80 cents again next week. It's going up 80 cents every week. right? It's ridiculous. We cannot keep up with the cost of living. And so out of all of this negativity, as a business, Constantia saw the opportunity to create this division, DuePoint, that is the opportunity to change people's circumstance, right? Beyond what we find ourselves, the environment that we find ourselves in. And so we launched the DuePoint system just over 2 years ago. So in February 2016, we launched this business in this room here. The room was full, and that's how we started the DuePoint system. We have aspirations in mind for people in this business beyond just creating extra income. So you here thinking, I'm going to find out how to make more money. But for me personally, at least, and I think for a few of the other staff, I've got this aspiration to make people or allow people to think differently about money. Right? And I'll illustrate it a little bit later as an example. But I want people in this business, when you start making money at DuePoint, I want you to get rid of your debt as quickly as possible. I don't know how many people actually do that, because I don't ask you for an income statement when you start earning at DuePoint. But I really want people to think differently about money and about wealth creation, because what this business is about wealth creation. I want people that are successful at DuePoint to be in a position one day where everyone points to them and go, that person's wealthy, right? I assume everyone wants to be wealthy here. To become wealthy, you first have to get rid of your debt, right? You can't become a wealthy person and owe everybody money. So we get rid of our debt as quickly as possible. You pay your 20-year bond off faster. You pay the lease that you have on the car faster. You get rid of credit card debt, the clothing debt, all the other higher purchase accounts. Get rid of all of it, and then we can start focusing on creating wealth. And we create wealth through the ownership of assets and investments that grow. And this business is going to be treated as an asset. This is not a job. This is you building a business at DuePoint, right? And then the last aspiration for people in this business that we have for you is for everyone to be happier, right? I can see everyone's looking a little happier because it's the weekend and you got paid this week, right? But the grumpy ones, I see there's one or two grumpy ones, they're the ones that already got the debit orders coming through on their bank accounts, right? So ultimately in this business, we want people to be happier because that's what we really want. Money is just a means to an end. We are at this presentation with a little bit of hope in our heart that we're going to hear something today that will allow us to change our circumstances so that ultimately we become happier. And that's what this business is all about. How does it work? Our guests here this afternoon, Nelly said this evening, this afternoon, you have the opportunity to join DuePoint. What happens is you actually enter into contract with us and we refer to you as wealth engineers because that's what we do here. And as wealth engineers, you've got a single task, and that is to go out and build what we call a channel of distribution. And I'll show you what a channel of distribution is. But it is basically you going out and connecting more people to our business. That's all you're tasked with. Connect people to our business. And if you are successful in that very simple and basic process, and our online platform is able to place products with those people that you introduce to us, you are making a success out of this business. And the benefit for you is that you get to create additional income, an extra paycheck at the end of every month, right? The nature of our business, because remember I said this is not a job, this is a business building exercise, is that we create recurring income. You are creating an asset that pays you out a recurring income every month. It is like owning a second house. If you owned a second house, not a first house, your second house, and you rented that house out or that property out or that room out, that's recurring income, right? Because you don't have to build the house, you don't have to build the room every month. You can just derive income. That's called, sometimes we call it passive income. In this business, you get to derive the same thing. We call it recurring income. You can do work in June 2018 at DuePoint that'll potentially pay you for the next 10 years. When in your day job can you do work at your day job in June and your boss pays you 10 years' time for the work you did in June? Never, because what we do in our jobs is we create what we call active income. And active income means you've got to be there and working for every cent that you earn. You work in June, you get paid for June, not for July. July, you got to work again, and then you get paid, right? And even for people in small businesses, we're in the same position. Create active income. But this business creates recurring income. We also harness the power of duplication. It is the ability to leverage yourself. So leveraging yourself is the same as duplicating yourself. When you go out and build this channel of distribution, you're going to bring other people. You're going to connect other people to this business. And if you're successful in finding good people that build this business with you, you are ultimately duplicating yourself. If you can go find 10 people to do the same work as you, they are going to contribute to your recurring income increasing, because you get good returns from people that are doing good business. So if you've got 10 people doing the same work as you, you've literally just times yourself by 10 out there in your business, right? So that's a beautiful benefit. Flexi time, you can choose when you want to do this business. Any time of the day, anywhere in the country. The technology we've put in place allows you to build this business anywhere. You are just a few of the people watching the presentation today. You're what we call our live studio audience. But people are out there behind that camera all over the country doing this business at lunchtime on a Friday. And you have that freedom. You've got the freedom to build this business in Cape Town without ever even going to Cape Town. Because all you have to do is connect someone down in Cape Town, and then they get connected to our business. Right? So, flexi time. No startup capital. We do not have starter kits that you have to buy. We don't have boxes of product that you have to invest in. We don't ask you to go get a loan and come deposit 20,000 Rand in here because we're going to give you 2% a day interest. That's a get-rich-quick scheme, right? Don't believe those stories. In this business, we make it as low risk as possible. Why? Because we are 100% confident in our business proposition. People that know they're running a scam, we call it a smash and grab scheme or get-rich-quick scheme. They try to get as much money out of you right at the beginning, so that when you realize that it's a scam, they've already got your money. In this business, we don't ask you for startup fees or registration fees or anything ridiculous, right? We've designed it to make it low risk so that we can get as many people accessing this business as possible. And we know people aren't going to leave because we're confident in the business model. And we know people aren't going to go, oh, this is a scam, I better get out, right? So it's all about longevity in our business. DuePoint is here to stay. We are going to be here for the next 100 years. 100 years. This is really just the beginning. We don't care about qualifications or experience, right? Again, we want to make it as accessible to everybody as possible. We want to create opportunity where typically the economic system that exists in the world today doesn't give people opportunity. This business gives everyone equal opportunity to take what they want. You get to build an asset. So this goes back to my point about you are here not to do a job, but to build a business, right? Because it's a business that you own. You've got legal tender over this channel of distribution that you're building. It means you can sell this business one day. We've got people that have, in the last 2 years, have bought and sold channels of distribution, right? You have that freedom. If your business is producing 10,000 Rand a month in recurring income, you can sell it to somebody. Someone will say, that's producing 10,000 Rand a month, I'll buy it from you if you wanted to sell it. This business will pay you beyond retirement. Who's going to get retired at 60, 65? None of you. You're all going to work till 80, till 90, right? Yeah, in traditional employment, you start getting to 60 and the HR manager starts saying, retirement time, right? Retirement time. This business will pay you beyond retirement. When your traditional income ends, it gets cut off, done. You go from 1 month earning an income to the next month earning zero. This business doesn't do that. You can carry on earning a recurring income in this business until the day you die and even beyond. You will die and this business will keep paying out your beneficiaries. Who would like to pass wealth on to their children? Right? But generally in traditional employment, we're only in a position, a lot of us, to only have funeral cover that covers our funeral costs. And beyond that, the family's on their own. I'll pay for the funeral, I can afford those premiums every month, but beyond that, when I die, the family's got nothing. In this business, your recurring income is going to get passed on to your family. You can leave this business in your will. You can say, I'm going to give it to my favorite child, or my girlfriend or my boyfriend, not to the husband or wife, right? So it gets treated as an asset in your will. That's very important. You should be happy spending time, sacrificing time, investing time into this business, knowing that it's an asset that doesn't just lose value. That value sits there all the time and it belongs to you. There's no selling involved in our business. So this is actually for regulatory reasons. By law, you are not allowed to promote or sell our products. This is a wonderful thing because I know the majority of people don't like to sell products on the weekends to anybody. Right? In this business, you're only going to be connecting people to the business opportunity. The business opportunity, not our products. You don't speak about our products. I will speak about our products. Your job is to connect people to me. and to Brendan, and then we will do our job, and hopefully those people become wealth engineers and take out one of our products. So you're going to go to people and say, I've got a business opportunity for you. Not I've got investment products and insurance products. You're going to say, I've got a business opportunity for you with a company that's listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange. They've been around for nearly 70 years, right? A very reputable business, regulated by the FSCA. Not many businesses can claim that from a reputable point of view. So that's all you're going to be doing. The nature of our products, because they're financial in nature, means we don't have stock and distribution issues. Like I said, we don't have boxes of product you have to go home with today. Imagine you had to go home with a bag of products like this, right? You're going to fit it in your car, or if you jump onto the taxi, what you're going to do with all that box of product? Then you've got to go home, you've got to find somewhere to put it. You have an argument with a spouse because you're pushing the shoes out the way to put your box of products there. And then you have a tough June. And at the end of June, you realize, there's an expiry date on these products. They're going to expire soon. Right? So I'm just being facetious, but we don't have those issues at DuePoint because our products are financial in nature. Your success at DuePoint, though, is dependent on your ability to build a channel of distribution, right? So when you are successful in connecting people, you go speak to people, you say, you've got this opportunity, they say, okay, I'll come listen. So you connect them to our intro presentation. You can do it on YouTube, you can do it through a USB stick, you can bring them to head office. There's a whole number of ways to do that. And then I will tell them about the presentation, about the opportunity, about the products. And if they decide to become wealth engineers and take out a product, just like you did, that is the beginning of your channel of distribution. And those people, in this example, we've got 5 people that you successfully connected to DuePoint. And those 5 people are going to go out and do the same thing as you. Right? Because they want to take hold of that opportunity. They also want to change their circumstance, except this one. He's lazy. See that one? Lazy. There's always one lazy one, right? But the other 4, they went out and started doing the same thing as you. And from that point onwards, your channel starts to take on this growth, whether you like it or not, right? Because now it's taken on a life of its own. What you have to do is be discerning in the moment where you bring and connect people to DuePoint. Make sure you are finding people that have the resources to thrive in a business like this. In other words, you do not want people coming into your business that become a burden to your business. Sending you, please call me, please, I don't have data, give me a lift, do this, do that, or can't you give me some money? Those people exist. Our business is not designed for those people. Our business is designed for people that have very little resources, but the resources to thrive in a business like this. So you have to be discerning. When you go connect people, don't be desperate and connect everybody that wants to listen to you. Go choose your board of directors. Remember, you're building a business. And if you're building a business, you don't let anyone come in. You go choose your board of directors. You say, that person's going to be good for my business, that person's going to be good for my business. And that is the beginning of building your channel of distribution. This is what it looks like. Over time, you could be paid for every single dot that you see on the screen every single month. Right? And that is the recurring income here at DuePoint. But you might be thinking, there's lots of dots on that screen. I'm going to be rich by the end of the year because I've got 1,000 friends on Facebook. I'm going to speak to all of them. You will never hear Brendan and myself professing that anyone in this business can become millionaires overnight. That's what get-rich-quick schemes profess, right? You see them. The last one that's just gone belly up. Promising 2% interest a day. Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. They were lying to the people. And what happened? The money disappeared. Everyone. 1 billion rand gone. 28,000 investors that went and got loans. If that was true, if I found an investment that promised 2% a day, I'll sell everything, including the wife and the kids, and put all the money into that investment. Why not? 2% a day is crazy, right? That's what? 14% a week. I would put as much money in there. I'd be telling friends, sell everything, get a loan. I'd get the biggest loan, 4 credit cards, draw all the money out, put it all in the investment, if it was believable. But it isn't, right? And so all those people, 28,000 people lost their money. Went from money to no money, and then some excuse that the people told. And those same people were in our offices trying to recruit people here. You've got to be discerning. You've got to be careful. right? We are not one of those businesses. I hope that you trust the business we're speaking about today. I hope I allayed your fear. Go look at the certificates. You can go online. You can go Google us, right? We've been around for a long time. We've got reputable people in this business. And remember, don't romanticize entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is difficult. Because in this presentation, I will say to you, you can get to a point where you're earning R1 million extra every year. And you might believe me or not. Right? But it starts out, it doesn't start out at R1 million a month. It gets there after a long time. So I'm always worried about whether people are really ready and willing to work hard in this business. Because I want everyone to be successful, but I don't want you to become despondent because you're not a millionaire by the end of the year or in 3 months' time, and then you give up and jump to the next system. Right? So my warning to you is that see the picture? That is what entrepreneurship looks like. That's what you've got to be prepared for. Blood, bruises, sweat, tears. Be prepared for it, because I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's worth it. Who would go through that to earn 100,000 rand a month in extra income? Wouldn't you? Or would you prefer just to stay at your day job and just earn the salary, hope for a 5% increase at the end of the year? It's worth it, I'm telling you. So that's our disclaimer slide. Very quickly, we're going to go over our products. So we've got 3 products for you to consider. You can take out 1, 2, all 3 products. It's a personal decision that you will make in becoming a wealth engineer. Our first product is called Access Wealth. It is our investment product. Investment, right? 324 Rand a month, 100 Rand will be invested in your name into a tax-free investment fund that sits with Sanlam, right? That's the biggest investment house in the country, so I'm sure your money is safe there. It is a no restriction, no delay period fund. That means you can draw your money out of that fund at any time. Right? It takes us 5 days to do the transaction, but it's not a 30 or 60-day notice. And then on top of that, we give you some insurance to the value of 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. So if you take out this investment with us, you've got 100 Rand being invested every single month and 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. If you're killed in a car accident, for example, we will pay out your beneficiaries 120,000 Rand plus whatever's in the investment. So this is the first product, Access Wealth. You can call it our investment product. The second product is called Wealth Guard. Wealth Guard is only insurance. So it's strictly insurance. It costs 249 Rand a month. And this time you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. Right? So it's way more than the previous product. But this doesn't have investment. It's only insurance. The beauty of this product is that we don't discriminate against your age or your health status. Right? Anyone over the age of 40, 50, 60, you know it is almost impossible to get life insurance because the premium is so high. This product, you're over the age of 18, you can be 70, you can be diabetic, you can have heart disease, you can have cancer in the family. We don't care. We cover anyone over the age of 18 regardless of your health and your age. This is the beauty of Wealth Guard, is that it becomes accessible to everybody. Right? No discrimination. Wealth Points is our third product. It's going to cost you 299 Rand a month. What Wealth Points aims to do is reduce your cost of living expenses. So think about all the things that you buy every single month, the cost of living expenses. If you have Wealth Points, you get to enjoy discounts that we've negotiated with our partners that you see over there. Right? So we've got everything covered. We've got groceries. I'm sure everyone buys groceries every month. We've got data, always on Wi-Fi data. I'm sure everyone uses data every month. We've got car manufacturers, hotels, restaurants. We've got online retailers. We've tried to cover everything. Right? So if you have this product in place, you're going to get the discounts. Always on Wi-Fi data, 100 Rand for 1 gig. But if you're on Wealth Points, you get it for 37 Rand. With the groceries, you get 2.5% off all of your groceries as much as you want. There's no limit. Right? The online retailers, some of them go up to 5%. We've got beauty. We've got half price off at restaurants. So take a look at this product. If you're looking for immediate benefit, Wealth Points is an amazing product. And we are adding new partners to this all the time. We've got 3 partners in the pipeline, and one of them is amazing. Amazing. I've got the contract documents today. Hopefully we launch it in the next month. Right, so very exciting product. Those are the 3 products. If you have any questions, come speak to me about the products. But they have been designed purposely to be very straightforward products. They're not complicated products. What sets us apart from other financial services providers? Well, it's our business model. So this explains our business model, because people come and ask us, how does DuePoint pay people recurring income, and how are you sending people on holidays and buying them cars? Where is the money coming from? Right? So this explains it. Traditional insurance companies like Prime Meridian Direct down the road, and like all the other insurance companies, they spend a fortune on advertising. Right? It is probably the biggest line item for any insurance company is marketing and advertising. DuePoint, we don't do any marketing or advertising. We don't spend a cent on it. Why? Because we can rely on you, right, our wealth engineers, to go out and connect people to the business. And that's how we get our growth out of the business. And so we don't have to spend the billions that the insurance industry spends every single year on advertising. We can take that portion of our budget and give it to our wealth engineers in the form of what we call our returns program and our rewards program. Right? So let's discuss the returns program. So now we're getting onto the money. How much money does DuePoint actually pay their wealth engineers? So we pay out a base return fee of R27.50 for every product you have in your channel. Remember the slide with all the dots on, the channel distribution? Imagine earning R27.50 for every single dot every single month. Right? And that's what we do, but it's dependent on where the product lies. So the first people that you introduce lie on your first point, right? You see they're 1 point away from you. We call that your first point. On your first point, we actually pay you double R27.50. You're earning R55 for every product on your first point every month. On the second point, again, R55 for every product on your second point every month. It's recurring income, right? So the effort that you put in bringing those 5 people in will pay you every month and just keep paying you and keep paying you. You don't have to go look for the 5 people every month. You've already got them. And so we pay out that recurring income. And that goes throughout your channel. As your channel starts widening and getting bigger and bigger, you see the multiplier starts to drop all the way to 4% at 0.8. But we don't limit you at 0.8. That's why we've got a little plus there, because from 0.8, in theory, into infinity, like Patrick and Pumi, I think their channels are sitting at 0.30 already. You can earn as much as you want to in this business, because we don't limit you on how big your channel can get, and we don't limit you on how much money you can earn. There are no year modes here. We don't go, oh, after year 3 we now cut down half your income. We don't do any of that, right? So this is the mechanics of the returns. Fairly straightforward. I think it's a fairly simple process to understand. The next question people want to know is, how quickly can I become a millionaire? Maybe not. Who arrived here thinking, I wonder how quickly I'm going to become a millionaire with DuePoint? Right? Or were you just thinking, if I can just pay for transport, or if I can just pay for my kids' schooling, or if I can just pay for the holidays at the end of the year, right? This explains to you how quickly you can get to that point. So whether it's 2,500 Rand a month, or whether you want 10,000 Rand a month, take a look. We call it the path to success. It is actually a 5-year plan. So we're going to go over the next 5 years of what you can potentially earn. After 6 months in this business, if you bring 3 people in June, right, and 2 people every month thereafter. So in June, we always start with 3 people in your first month, and then every month thereafter, you only have to bring in 2. Right, so it's 3 in June, 2 in July, 2 in August, 2 in September, and you just keep bringing 2 people. If you can follow that growth, you can expect to be earning about 2,500 Rand after 6 months. Now, I bet you everyone is disappointed by that number. Right? Just wink at me if you're disappointed by that number. 6 months, because I know everyone wants the 2,500 Rand tomorrow. Right? And this is a lesson in patience and also in understanding the value of money. Because the mistake that I make all the time, and I imagine a lot of us make, is that we think like consumers. How does a consumer think? If I put 2,500 Rand in your hand today and say, here, lucky day today, you came to lucky presentation, here's 2,500 Rand. How long will that money last? Realistically, how long will that 2,500 Rand last? A day? Maybe tomorrow, right? Done. Because as consumers, we look at 2,500 Rand, we look at money and we go, what can we buy with the money? What can we spend the money on? Right? It is the wrong way to think about money if you want to be wealthy. If you want to be wealthy, you have to start looking at money and look at the money and the value of it and go, how do I make that money work for me? Because money can actually derive more value than just the 2,500 Rand. I can show you how I can turn that 2,500 Rand into 1 million Rand. You want to know how? Here's an example of someone with a 1 million Rand bond. Right? So we're looking at someone with quite a lot of debt. They've gone and financed a house that cost 1 million Rand. The bank said, we'll give you the loan in the form of a bond. You're going to pay us back over 20 years. Right? And they go, okay, that's fine. That's how bonds work. I appreciate it. I accept it. At prime plus 2, that person's going to be paying 11,500 Rand a month back to the bank for 20 years. Right? Just to pay that house off. So if you're 40 like me, I pay the house off when I'm 60. my last installment. The bank is the owner of the house. Only when I make the last installment do I become the owner of the house, right? But at 40, I joined DuePoint, and 6 months later, after some good work, 2 people every month, I'm earning 2,500 rand. I listen to Rob and I say, okay, don't spend the money, because I can spend the money easily. I make this boring yet mature decision of deciding to pay my debt off faster. And so I put the 2,500 rand as an additional payment into my bond. What happens? Instead of taking 20 years to pay that house off, I take 11 and a half years. Do you see the imbalance there? I'm only putting 20% extra into the bond, but I'm dropping the bond term almost 50%. That is the problem with compound interest. It's only a problem if you're on the wrong side of compound interest. If you have debt, you're on the wrong side of compound interest. That's why I say, fix that as quickly as possible. Because this exercise will save you nearly 1 million rand in repayments back to the bank. That's almost the full value of the house that you financed. Guys, debt is crippling. It is crippling. We accept it because everyone's doing it. Don't accept it, right? You need to look at it like it's evil sin. Get rid of it as quickly as possible if you want to become wealthy. By month 12, things start to accelerate quite quickly. You're earning now 100,000 rand extra every year. By month 12. Who would like a 100,000 rand check in their back pocket every Christmas? Every Christmas. I want you to picture yourself coming here after Christmas, right? Otherwise you're going to spend it on presents for the kids. Come after Christmas. After Christmas, after you've traveled in January when you're suffering the most, right? You come to DuePoint's head office and we write out a 100,000 rand check for you. How is that going to change your life? Because that's not once off, that's every year. Every year. How does that change your life? That's 12 months away. At 24 months, in 2 years, you're earning nearly 30,000 rand a month. Right? We keep going. At month 36, you're earning nearly 50,000 rand a month. Tell me when I lose you when the number gets too big. By month 48, from today, in 4 years from today, you could be earning nearly 70,000 rand a month. And after 60 months, 5 years from today, you could be earning nearly 100,000 rand a month. Right? 80,000 rand a month, that's almost 1 million rand a year. Imagine coming to our office, picking up a 1 million rand check. Imagine looking in your bank account and there's 1 million rand in your bank account. Now, I bet you're all looking at me going, oh no, this guy's gone crazy. Who actually believes that they can get to 100,000 rand a month? You think so? Do you think that you deserve it? Yes. You do? You believe it? You want it? Yes. Everyone wants it. Everyone. Are you willing to bleed for it? Yes. Sweat for it? Yeah. Go through frustration? Yes. Be told you're part of a pyramid scheme? Don't talk to me, I'm going to kick you? Isn't it not going to stop you? No. You're going to keep pushing? Yes. I'm going to take a photo of this audience because they're all lying to my face. Just a photographic looking at everybody. All right? I would love for you guys to have that belief. I would love it. But unfortunately, we've got wealth engineers that join this business and they don't do anything. But we do have wealth engineers that do a lot. Right? And so you can say to me that example that you showed us is just a theory. It's something you built up in Excel. And it is. And like I say, we've got wealth engineers that do nothing when they join our business. And we've got some that build at 3+2, and we've got some that build faster than 3+2. And we bring them up onto stage every single month. New people that say, this has been my experience at DuePoint, because that testimony is coming firsthand from a wealth engineer. It's a lot more credible than what I'm telling you, right? I'm hoping you'll believe these people more than you believe me. So take a look. Here we got Lynette. She joined us the day we launched the business, right? So she's a pensioner in Vanderbijl Park. This is all she does. This is her only plan. There's no plan B. And so she's earning, at the moment, 16,000 rand a month. She's brought into her business 19 people, right? They must be good quality people because, look, the amount of product that she has in her business is sitting at over 2,000. Right? She's got a lot of value that she still has to unlock in her channel, but we've paid her already in excess of 100,000 rand in the last 2 years. She brought 19 people in. So you might be thinking, to be successful in this business, I have to bring 1,000 people into the business. That is not true. You bring in 2 people a month and you are well on your way. 2 good quality people every month. That's all you have to connect in this business. Here we've got Siabonge is from KZN. He's been in the business for 15 months. The value of his channel sitting at nearly 10,000 Rand a month. So you could say he's tracking 3 plus 2 fairly closely. We've paid him nearly 100,000 Rand, so nearly 90,000 Rand. His channel size, so he's got 307 products in his channel, and he's only introduced 36 people into the business. So you see, everybody's different. If you look at every single business, you'll see they've done different work. So the work there, first pointers, that's the personal work that you do. If you want to see whether someone's working hard or not, look at their first pointers. Right? As an example, Patrick and Pumi, they've put in nearly 300 people on their first point. And what has that translated to? They've been in the business for 2 years. Their average return here. So this confuses people. People don't know what average is. Right? Their average return, if you had to take all the months that they've been in the business and all the money we've paid them and divide it by the months, it equals 32,500 Rand a month. But they started at 0, right? So they've built up way beyond 32,000 Rand. But we can't show you that number because there's lots of cash in transit heists happening at the moment. Last month alone, their business grew by 708 people in 1 month. Because they've got a business that's nearly 30 points wide. They've got tens of thousands of people in the business connecting people every single day. That's leverage. They're not putting in the 708 people. They're only putting in about 10 people a month. But it translates to that because we've built leverage and power duplication into the business, right? That's one of the beautiful benefits. The average growth is sitting at 400 a month, just the average, right? And then, as you can see, 234 people that they personally introduced. So if you want to be a millionaire faster than 5 years, you do what Patrick and Pumi are doing, right? It's harder work. It's harder work. These 2 people are not hypnotists. They don't connect more easily with people. They are just doing more work, right? It comes down to time. So it's completely up to you. With thousands of people joining this business, every single month, everyone is different. They're all doing a different amount of work. They've got different duplication. They've got different quality in their businesses, but they've got control over their income. This business, you can increase your income in this business every single month. Who would like to give themselves a raise every month? That gets me. I just think a business where you can give yourself a raise every single month. You don't have to ask your boss. You don't have to hear the excuse, the economy, the industry, the company's not doing well. Sorry, you get 3% this year, or you get 0. My wife's got no raise in 3 years. Tired of that. You need to create the opportunity yourself. And so the decision for me is not whether you want, we all want. It's whether you're able to realistically look at DuePoint and go, right, I'm going to do this. Not a hobby, not for fun, not a New Year's resolution, a business, a life or death business, right? I get agitated. We're on Facebook at the moment, and we're doing these Facebook videos every day to try and motivate people. And I see people doing nothing. Nothing. What has to happen? Do you have to get retrenched? Do you have to fall into crisis before something happens? That's the decision. Can you keep yourself accountable just to connecting somebody every day? Joining this business is the simplest thing. 7 minutes. You do the application, choose a product, 7 minutes later you're a wealth engineer. In your 8th minute you can be phoning people and saying, I've got a business for you. Let me see you this weekend. You can start immediately. A paycheck by the end of June. A second paycheck by the end of June, right? Read our code of conduct. Start watching our online training. We have produced so much knowledge in this business for you, right? We all want free education. Here's free education, right? We got there before the government did. Free education, because we've got 500 videos on YouTube. It is a pool of knowledge waiting for you so that you don't have to make the mistakes we all made, right? You can start on a good footing. Set goals for yourself, because the only way you can have direction, a plan or a strategy is if you have a goal. Put it in the sand. Whatever you want. You want to pay for transport, you want to pay for the kids' education. If you want DuePoint to pay for all your groceries every month. What is that number? 5,000 Rand? 10,000 Rand? You write it down and you say, by the end of this year, DuePoint is paying for my groceries. You put there, 10,000 Rand a month I need in recurring income by December 2018. That's my goal. I'm not going to compromise. If I find it hard at the beginning, I just push harder. Do that for yourself, right? Write it down and start talking to people. This business only requires that you speak to people. As simple as that. Merchandise, not a profit center for us. We design the merchandise so that you could be empowered in creating your channels faster and more effectively. Please get business cards. You will find out when you start trying to connect people to this business, the number one thing that you have to overcome when speaking to somebody else is to get them to trust you. They ain't going to think, oh no, you're coming with a scam. Oh no, you're coming with a get rich quick. I've been part of those businesses. If you've got business cards, it is already a step towards credibility, right? Get the business cards. They make a huge difference when you go out connecting people. Look at the other merchandise. It's all in our display cabinet. The pricing's on the counter. It is here for you to build business. Join our Facebook page, right? So everyone listening to this now, there's not enough people on our Facebook page. Even though it's only been around for 2 weeks, I want them to be more people. Connect everyone to Facebook because we are producing a video and content every single day that will keep you abreast. It'll be like you are sitting in our office if you connect yourself to Facebook. Like the page. Make sure everyone in your channel and your team have liked the page. Subscribe to YouTube. It'll tell you every time the camera gets turned on, and then download our mobile app. The mobile app tells you what is happening in your business in real time. Okay? Intro presentations, so regular intro presentations every Wednesday evening now. So it's every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evening, right? All the time, guaranteed. So that's new, Wednesday evenings, that's me. XP Rewards Program. Now we get to discuss some juicy stuff. The XP Rewards Program is the cherry on top. When you create that recurring income, you can now have even more benefit out of DuePoint. We do it through our XP Rewards program. When you start doing wealth engineer things, you earn what we call experience points. When you're earning experience points and your channel is growing, you get to rank up in the XP Rewards program. You will start out as rank 0, but you can get to rank 1 very quickly. 1,000 XP. So you need 1,000 XP. You can do that in 30 seconds. I'll show you how if you don't know. You need 4 products in your qualified channel. When you meet those 2 criteria, you become a rank 1 wealth engineer, and you get an extra 55 Rand at the end of that month. Once off, not recurring. These aren't recurring things. These are once-offs, right? And then as you start collecting more XP and your channel starts to grow bigger, you rank up and the rewards get bigger. There are big checks waiting for you in the XP Rewards program. There are tools that help you build your channels faster, right? Fancy business cards that'll push your credibility through the roof because these are 12,500 Rand business cards. Who's willing to pay 12,500 Rand for one set of business cards for themselves? No one. Not even the CEO of Anglo American has business cards like this. But you will at rank 7, and you can get there in a few months. We'll buy these business cards for you, manufactured personally in your name with only gold on them. The sides are in gold, the logo's in gold, they're 4 times thicker than a card. You put one of those on the table, it lands like a brick and it blinds the people with the light shining off the card, right? So that your credibility goes up and you can tell people what DuePoint's all about because they want to know, how do you get a business card like that and what is DuePoint all about? At rank 9, we actually have a recurring reward. Rank 9 is our first recurring reward. We will take you and your family, so your kids and your spouse, if you love your spouse, otherwise you can leave him or her at home. So we take your family business class flights to a 5-star luxury resort for 7 days away. When I say all expenses paid, I mean all expenses paid trip. We had wealth engineers that forgot their wallets last time. They didn't even realize until they got home. Right? And you get to enjoy this reward every single year for the rest of your life. When you get to rank 9, you're part of the rank 9 club. You are in this business, and you're going to be enjoying that holiday every single year forever. Your children will only know what flying business class feels like. Why do we do this? Because we want to give you a realistic taste of how millionaires feel and live. This is a millionaire's holiday, right? Every year, you will Facebook to death for 7 days, showing your friends and family that said no to you what DuePoint has done in your life. So take a look. This will give you an even better idea of what we get up to every year. Just keep saying to yourself, every year, every year, every year.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sound where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
Rank 9. It can take you 6 months. Most people take 3 years. Is it worth working for 3 years to get to this? Yes. Remember, it's forever. Every year. Every year. 3 years is 3 years of work. Goes past like that. Think about what you were doing 3 years ago. Same thing you're doing today, right? And nothing's changed. Maybe you got 6% increase in your salary. Right? Don't accept the mundane. At rank 11, we spend $250,000 and buy you a brand new car. Who's got driver's licenses? You're going to have to get a driver's license to drive your new car. At rank 9, you're going to be scuba diving. Anyone been scuba diving? You scared of the fish underwater? You saw the fish nearly ate pumi in that video, right? At rank 11, a brand new car. This has already happened. 2 more rank 11s are going to happen in the next couple of months. Another 2 people with brand new cars. Right? No T's and C's. We don't take the car away. It's yours. We pay for it cash in your name. You can leave DuePoint the day after. We don't take the car away. It's yours. Right? This is what our XP Rewards program looks like. It goes up to rank 28. We've got even more benefit. So in the month of June, you guys you've placed yourself. You come to the best presentation because we are at the 1st of June. You've got the entire month to do this quest. It's called the Quest for Quality. You need to bring in 2 new people onto your first point and help them get qualified. So you need to help them find 3 people each. So you get 2 people, you help them get 3 people each. And if you can do that, and everyone on your first and second point pays for their product because it's called the Quest for Quality, right? You can choose between a brand new Apple iPad, or you can go home with an Apple iPhone, or you can just take the 5,000 Rand cash. That's just for working in June while you're building your business, right? And so, Tomorrow, we've got for our more experienced wealth engineers, so from rank 4 onwards, you become what we call a wealth generator. Not a wealth engineer, from rank 4 onwards, you're a wealth generator. And for our wealth generators, we've got leadership programs where we sit with the wealth generators and start to discuss more fundamental leadership kind of principles for them so that they can build their channels beyond just 200. Right now, they're going for rank 9, these people. Get to wealth generator as quickly as you can. It's only rank 4. And you get to enjoy these. So our workshop is tomorrow at 9 a.m., but I want it to be some goal setting for you to get to wealth generator, because a lot changes when you get to rank 4, right? So what are we going to be doing this weekend? Relaxing. Connecting. I have to take a photo of these people. All these promises. Every day is an opportunity, because all you have to do is speak to somebody. If you speak to one person a day, by the end of the year, you will be making more money than you would have believed possible. But it has to start with 155 Rand. 155 Rand. Then it becomes 110 Rand, 165 Rand, then 550 Rand, then 1,100 Rand, 10,000 Rand a month. Wouldn't it be great if someone else pays for your groceries every month? And then you go, okay, right, DuePoint, well done, you're paying for my groceries, and now you're going to pay for my transport every month too. Yeah. And then you're going to pay for my rental or my bond every month. And after that, I want DuePoint to pay for my kids' education. Because in this business, you can keep going up every month. You don't have to work more every month. In our day jobs, we have to work more if we want to earn more. At DuePoint, you just work the same every month. It's about persistency. But people, they want the get-rich-quick stuff. And so in month 2, they go, oh, this is not that easy. I'm giving up. I'm going to join another system. Don't be one of those people. Work towards this. We are not going anywhere. We are here to support you. I want you to have a 2018. We've got 6 months left of 2018. You can change your life in 6 months. And that is just the beginning. But I don't want to overwhelm you. Let's start small and just work at it. So thank you for coming to the presentation, everyone for tuning in. If you have any questions, come speak to me. Have a wonderful connecting weekend and a year of connecting, and we will set you up. All right. Well done, guys. Thank you.